So I wouldn't say that Albin's going to try to make it a tactical battle, but he's not going to overlook that. And interesting here that he rolled out to what looks like an open pocket. This is he's going to maybe put him to the test here. This is a little gamesmanship maybe to start, because Soufi's certainly not going to give it back, and maybe if he doesn't knock it in, it could be a little mental. Yeah. So, you know, does Albin roll out there against FSR? Does he do that against Shane Van Boening?
Not a chance.
Exactly. So, like I said, a little gamesmanship to start here from Albin, and maybe the first time I've ever seen it from him. All right. He may get a little bit of a roll here, keeping him off the offensive shot. Now, this does play. And, you know, to be fair, and after watching Soufi play, I don't think he's the type of player to really game plan that much. And reason being is just not enough match time. And I wouldn't think it's the type of thing you would be suggested by any of his peers that he kind of rolls with. Maybe Al Youssef being one. Well, the one thing that I like, and maybe not pull the trigger so quickly for some, but he really goes with what he sees, and that's a big part of winning.
So Ouschan made an interesting call on the push out. It looked like it was going to result in him taking the opening rack. He got himself in a tangle on the 7, and instead it's Soufi who leads 1-0.
Okay, that's the worry I had, is not really the scratch, but I think the break shot itself is going to be the one that really helps him overcome, you know, being this underdog. Open hand break was open bridge, it looked like. We haven't seen much of that. Possibly go hill in that final, and then kind of got away from him after that shot.
Foul stroke.
And the 9-ball looming over the side.
Ball in it.
So a little return of the favor.
And please start the clock.
Yeah, and if, you know, there's any one thing that someone would say at times Albin has struggled with in his career, it's been the break shot. Yeah, with our new break rule, I don't know if that's going to slide in. Yeah.
Well, we've seen balls drop into that pocket that we weren't expecting to after catching that rail on the way up. That one, though, was a long way off target, and so perhaps not surprising, that's the one which stayed above ground.
He's still got to get on with it. He's got to make great shots. He's got to stay aggressive. You know, he may be on the fence here at some time during this match to where, you know, a score might tell us he'll make a decision he wouldn't make against another player, just like the opening rollout, for instance. But misses on safeties like this hurt no matter who you're playing, especially when he rarely does have a miss on a safety. And Wu up 4-0 now, and I think he's going to be much more settled. I thought he would anyways, like his countryman later.
Yeah, that's Wu Kunlin against Duan Kwok Wang, who beat Shane Van Boening earlier. Oh, now.
Yeah.
Foul stroke.
That's a foul, yeah.
Yeah, and that's
rail
what
first. Contact.
Yeah, he wasn't trying to go rail first,
no.
but when you pull the trigger quickly, sometimes the accuracy isn't there, and he can have mistakes. You know, it's hard not to play matches without mistakes, but you can't have the glaring ones. And you know, it's not too often you face a very fast player like this, and it can get you a little out of sorts. And you know, Albin, he's one of those players you're like, you model almost everything behind, but again, you could see a little frustration from the break, and Soufi running the rack in record time doesn't help.
Wow. And this is what comes with playing in this style, isn't it? You throw in shots like that sometimes.
Yeah, and I should keep my mouth shut, I guess.
You were comparing him to Tony Drago earlier. And it's so apt because not just the speed of play, but the endless exhibition of nervous energy.
Okay. I think he pulls this pretty tight nearing the side here. Doesn't want that to get adrift and get behind this 9-ball.
Extension called.
Shouldn't be a problem, but this is the shot you want to stay away from, and you could see a bit of a wry smile there from Albin.
Extension, please.
I wouldn't say lazy, but definitely didn't hit it how he wanted. So he's going to regroup and probably use his extension here.
Yeah, he's called the extension already. Well, Soufi's had a couple of bad misses already in this match. Missed the 2 in the 3rd rack, cost him that one. But the miss on the 8 there was far worse. And instead of drawing level, as seemed pretty much certain a few minutes ago, Soufi finds himself now trailing 4-2.
You said it in this one that we have a chance at the all-Austrian final. We have a chance at an all-Chinese Taipei final as well.
Last time we had a world final between 2 players from the same country, 2017, Carlo Biado beating his fellow Philippines player, Roland Garcia.
Albin in perfect position now, and a layout he would love to have in any rack. Not a whole lot here, Michael. Just a little draw of the cue ball. Subtle draw. Looks like he's going to cheat the pocket here and just follow the ball. So I guess this is an angle to come across. A little surprising to me that he played this. Maybe he's just going to come out to the center and take the cut on the 8. I like that shot better than coming across myself. And you see him shaking the head, and he had a lot of options there to get a little off angle.
Extension called.
I still like him kind of stun drawing out to the center.
Soufi is bound to be thinking back to that really bad miss on the 8. Not been back to the table since.
Yeah, and I believe that was to tie at 3 apiece.
Yeah, looked for all the world like he was going to. That wasn't too long ago. Now, all of a sudden, he's lost 4 racks on the bounce. Albin Ouschan pulling away here. It's 6-2 in this world quarter-final.
To win any major tournament or any big tournament in pool, but to go through this kind of field multiple times, that's why we talk about Albin, how special it is. Earl Strickland, of course. Little 9-ball action here. Oof. So Soufi, after getting a roll, he's going to get another shot.
Such a perfectionist, isn't he? Sets the highest of standards in every way, works so hard at the game, keeps himself fit. Just the all-round professional. And he expects, when he puts in all that work, that he's going to get the results consistently.
See if he works the cue ball around these balls or if he keeps it real simple. I like this shot. looking for 2 in a row here. So definitely making a match.
Yeah, it was starting to have the feel of one of those where the favourite gets a few in front and then just disappears over the hill, but very different feel to it now. And for the first time in the match, she's won 2 in a row.
Extension,
now,
please.
if you're absolutely making the cut for sure, you feel that way, you take the gamble going into the 6. He's banking it. He may have twice. Yes, he has. And this is a similar shot to the 80 at earlier. Cueing funny, a hair off angle, and he's got to draw the ball. Maybe that 80 miss is what makes him take the extra time there. Loosening up a little bit.
Very much so. In snooker, we call that a double, a bank shot. But if it goes in that way, then that's called a treble. So what do you call it then in pool? We have bank, so what's...
A double bank.
A double bank,
yeah.
Okay.
Twice, you know, it's like if you're going to announce it like playing bank pool, you know, you would say twice in the corner or something like that. But really in 9-ball, the main thing we call that is a fluke.
And back to 7-4.
And even though this match is closer, I don't think it really, besides the threat of getting beat, of course, but I don't think it's really going to do something bad for Albin's game. I think it's almost going to make him focus even better. All right. Oof. That was thick. He's going to get on a kiss shot on the 9, but it's not a hanger. Anytime there's 8 or 10 inches between the object ball and the 9, definitely missable. The good thing about this one, I think he can put the 7 on the side rail trying to make this as well.
He had lost 3 in a row before that. If he'd lost that one as well, it was all square. But Ouschan reasserting himself, including the European Open in Germany last August, where he got to the last 32, beat Robbie Capito and Darren Appleton along the way, and ran Mateusz Sniagotsky pretty close in the last 32, only going down 10-8. These are events on table 2. Wu Kunlin looking to reassert himself after a rally from Tuan Kwok Hwang, as I'm sure you know by now, knocked out the defending champion Shane Van Boning this afternoon.
Yeah, match of the tournament, you could say. Yeah, we'll have to see what Albin's kicking prowess is from here. Not only that, if he can't really get to the side rail here, could follow this in if he has to come in at a fat angle between the 3 and 5 off of 2 cushions. He's going to come off of 1 cushion with a lot of spin. So this is all feel. No measuring here. Probably has a bit of speed as well. He played it pretty light. He played it. Oh.
Foul stroke.
Wow. Ball in hand.
Ball in hand.
So Wu Kunlin, as we can see over on table 2, inching towards the semi-finals. It's 9-4 now.
Yeah, just make sure this first shot, because you're playing the 3 in the side, don't get too heavy on it, where you have to put some speed. The ball in hand was huge here for Soufi because he can play an easy shot from the 5 to the 6.
You know, we were talking about the big question being asked of Soufi with that push-out call in the opening rack, and Ouschan, I guess, looking to exploit Soufi's inexperience in this sort of situation. But yeah, there have been one or two bad misses, but overall he hasn't looked uncomfortable at all playing on the big stage and the World quarter-final.
No, I think he's just trying to do the same things he's been doing the entire event, knocking the shots he's supposed to, take a few chances at times, and stay aggressive.
And he definitely looks like a player who still believes he can quite definitely win this match.
Yeah, what kind of kiss is he going to get on the 9? It's okay. I think Niels Fan may have gotten a little warning on unsportsmanlike here a moment ago. He banged the table, and the referee had a little talk with him after missing the 5 ball.
Okay, so Mohamed Soufi is just not letting go here.
A little flat angle here, so pay attention. Easy to bobble this coming over. Yeah, he didn't get there. And that's just from the shot prior. Just getting a hair more angle makes the shot so much easier. And again, I think he probably gathered that, but when you cue so fast, your cue ball is just never going to be as good. So he needs something good here. He went for the double. The double. Is he going to slide?
Oh, well.
But
not sure any ball in this championship has traveled as far as that 8 ball did there, but what's he got left on the 9?
He's going here, and it won't be slow rolled. Oh, he did slow roll it. That's surprising.
And Mohamed Soufi is only 1 behind.
Elevating, dangerous. Yeah, that was dangerous. Is he going to fluke it?
Oh, not another one. Not another one.
Yeah, that was a dangerous way to shoot that shot. And a few things going his way now. He's got to refocus. You may see a collision on the 8-9 here. I don't know if I try to play position here. I may come into these off of 4 cushions. Looks like his speed is going to be too much. That's why I would have went ahead and went into him instead of trying to guide into that short position, especially because it laid natural to do so. You hate to make a great shot like that and end up here. Now the good thing is if he kicks across, he could kiss off the 8 and make the 9. I would have to go across the table here, yeah. And then you need to do it with some speed. Just a nice high ball. Oh, another one?
Oh, you're kidding me.
Another one?
You're kidding me. Wow. What would you give to look inside the mind of Albin Ouschan now after what's gone on in these last few minutes?
Well, the one ball he missed earlier, I told you things can change when you miss an easy one, especially as a big favorite. He's got to settle himself here. I'd like to see him kind of medium roll this, not really attack too much. He's attacking.
And Mohamed Soufi has now won 4 of the last 6.
I thought he could make the 2 personally. But
here we go. Here we go. Oh.
Wow. Well, you can't hit it any better, and he played it right with a light speed. I don't know if he got the snooker yet. We haven't quite got the view.
Well, with a bit of luck, that might have dropped, but I think he's used up his year's supply in the last 10 minutes or so.
Good
Try
point.
to settle down
Good
a bit,
point,
please.
Michael. And yeah, Albin's got to make a nice kick shot here. 2 cushions. I think he's got to. I don't know how you would hit this exactly underneath. Trying to figure out
Extension
the best
called.
way to kick at this ball, and I guess just try to get separation coming 2 rails across the 2 ball. Not sure the 2 goes by the 5, just in case he hits it right. It's close. Yeah, it does. So kick 2 rails to come across. Maybe you cut it in. Cue ball may actually kind of go towards the 9, but the pink's in the way. It's the type of shot on the slick table. Occasionally the players will miss this, believe it or not.
Foul stroke. No
Even the
contact, ball in
best.
hand. Please start the clock.
And all this really turned around with that duck one ball in the side. I believe it was at 8-6. Is that right? Did he get there? Oh, no reason to end up short here. Now he'll get the bridge and he'll end up playing a 4-9. Most likely anyways. No reason not to come above. Depends on how, you know, if you're comfortable slow rolling this in with the bridge, that's okay. Otherwise, go ahead and come above and play the 4-9. No reason not to.
Only time in the match he has led was at 1-0 until now. Mohamed Soufi has won 4 racks in a row. It's 9-8. He's 2 away from a monumental result here in Poland.
And wow, I'm just, you know, kind of hope Albin gets a chance, of course. We always, you know, want to see a player get a chance to fight for their tournament life. But you just kind of wonder, you know, what's the reaction going to be? And here you go. It's in his hands again.
It's funny, wasn't it, after all that build-up? That was probably the least that the Nineball moved off the break in the whole match.
And looking at the rack, it's really about this first 2 ball. Everything else really sets up to play very well. He may have overcooked this a little bit. So he's going to have to make one heck of a shot here on the 3 to the upper right. The good thing for him, I don't think he'll play safe here. Is he looking at the 4 on the side now with a high ball? I thought he would just draw 1 rail cross. Well, this will tell the story. Hit it. He made it. Yeah, I think we're going to lose another world champion here.
With consecutive break-in runs, Albin Ouschan completed his march from 2-2 to 6-2. He later had another break-in run to lead 8-5.
Yeah, if he gains that little small angle here, everything very easy. And I'll tell you, after beating Bartkowski, I thought he gained some respect from the Polish crowd, and we're going to hear a big cheer, and deservedly so.
It's another massive moment in this wonderful championship, because with a run of half a dozen racks in a row, Mohamed Soufi of Syria has beaten the 2-time champion Albin Ouschan 11-8, and he is through to tomorrow's semi-finals, where he will play Wu Kunlin for a place in the biggest match of them all.
Got to be this thin though. Maybe playing safe. Yeah, he did play safe. That's what he was trying to do. Just kick the 3 on the back rail, leave distance.
Extension called.
Without being repetitive, just one more reminder. It is a 30-second shot clock and 1 30-second extension allowed per player per rack.
Doesn't look the greatest safety shot, this. Can he get through? You know, he you're about to go to a pool table and he's your opponent, you know you've got your work cut out. You're going to have to play very well. Sanchez will know this. Needs the cue ball to just keep rolling a little bit more, just to make the pot more of a guarantee. So it's a little blind one, but he'll play this up into the top left. And we have seen all week, you can kind of catch that left jaw from this angle, and he should still slide in. Chang, over the last few years, has been playing a little bit of Chinese 8-ball. Obviously they've not really been able to travel, so he's been staying back home playing Chinese 8, and of course they play on a super tight table. That's why when you watch Chang, it's very rare he plays shots where you feel like he's missed and it still fell in. He's just so good at hitting the meaty part of the pocket. You could see what he was trying to do. He's been fortunate there to find that ball. He needs a little bit of luck though.
See, that's the luck in 9-ball pool you come to expect. Not the luck we saw in the previous match, which was just relentless. How will Albin Ouschan get to sleep tonight? If it was me, I'd be absolutely buzzing with rage.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's going to need a strong drink. But the thing is, Sanchez, you know, he did kick a good 2-ball there. He wasn't a million miles off being, you know, a little bit thinner than he wanted. So it's actually a good kick, but listen, he might have got a fluke snooker, but it doesn't mean he's going to win the rack yet, because look at the kick. Chang has played a kick and stick. They do say, Phil, a fluke's only a fluke when you've won the rack. Over on the other table, he's making a bit of a comeback here. He's back in this match.
Well, he didn't make the elevation there. Caught the 6 on the way through. The cue ball did not jump high enough.
Ball in hand.
Look at this table, 4-0 looming.
Very rare the players don't jump over the ball. It was his cue.
Wow, the cue ball did make the elevation, but his cue followed through, and that was a foul shot.
Foul stroke.
Well, Sanchez, after the foul in this rack, has been waiting for an opportunity. This could change the match.
So we know 3 of the 4 semi-finalists. Woo Kun Lin, Mohamed Soufi, now Mario He. One more issue to be determined.
Sanchez was also 3 racks down. He ties it up. Incredible scenes here on day 4 of the World 9-Ball Championship. Sanchez 3, Chang Jung-Ling 3.
Around this Kielce exhibition and conference centre. Not now, just one table, and that will be the case, of course, tomorrow. We have back-to-back semi-finals, first session, and then the climax of the championship tomorrow night.
Well, this match has changed, all because at 3-0, Chang had a very easy table, played a poor positional shot. And look at the scoreline and the situation he finds himself in now. Games can change quick, but this could have been a huge scoreline in favour of Chang.
Extension called. Foul stroke.
9-ball first. Foul stroke correctly called by a referee, Ben Taylor Fuente.
Ball in
Now
hand.
look at this.
Please start the clock.
Licking his lips. You'd be licking your lips at this one, Carl.
Yeah, I'd have a chance of
Foul
potting
stroke.
these, Phil.
Extension call.
Yeah, this is just connect the dots. And your 2 racks in front.
I've been very restrained at this championship. I've not used the phrase roadmap once yet. This isn't really a roadmap, it's more how to get directions to the local down the road. A very short journey to success. Five on the spin. The whole match being transformed by Francisco Sanchez Ruiz. He was 3-0 down. Now he's 5-3 up.
Everything's just coming out nice. You know, he's hit the 7 full. If he hits it a little off full, things can start to get a little awkward, and he's absolutely perfect on this ball now. Does he play the 4-9 combo? Doesn't look like he needs to, but he might, because it's over the pocket.
Temptation.
Yeah, it just depends on what angle he's got on the 3. Like we said, he didn't need to. Don't need to take silly risks.
It's always intimidating when an opponent is on a golden run like this, but especially when they're playing quickly and making the game look easy, which Sanchez Ruiz has the ability to do.
He's just simply playing like he's playing back home on his own.
Not on his own though here in the crowd. David Al-Qaedi supporting his great pal. Just throws it into the pocket down the rail. 6 becomes 7. The woes of Chang Zhonglin are multiplying rapidly.
Cue ball's going to go 3 rails and try and find the gap in between the green and the purple. Here she comes. Here she comes. There you go. It's another chance.
These middle pockets have to be treated with respect. That shot was excellent. Small entrance to find. And look at the position, as Carl said. Fair to say Carly's in the zone.
Yes, he's putting a little package together here, isn't he, Phil? Keeping Chang in the chair. Well, he's not quite on it. He would have to swerve it a little bit or play it with loads of left. It's not the hardest of shots, though. He's human.
Have we just seen a twist? I thought he would manoeuvre that one in, Carl. That, though, was grossly thick to the point where you think, did he possibly have a skid? Sanchez Ruiz not having the cue ball clean, so maybe not.
Just been frozen out as Chang. That's all that's happened here.
So far, 5 victories for FSR here. Started with a 9-0 whitewash of So Shaw. Then he beat Wu Kun Lin 9-7 in winners qualification. Oscar Dominguez was put to the sword 11-3. Then he overcame Torsten Homan. And most recently, Dennis Grabber. He's on the ball, knocking them in. Looking good. At this precise moment, he's won 60 racks here for the loss of only 29. That's a good strike rate.
It's been a good performance, this Phil, hasn't it? Really has. Sanchez. He's on the hill.
We've seen some brilliant performances this week, but you'd be hard-pressed to make an argument against this one being the very best. And 3-0 down, he was worried with every justification. Since he's shown why he's at the summit of those 9-ball rankings.
That was a good shot, really, because it's all about trying to find a gap now from this purple 5 to get back out for the 6. The brown 7 only goes in the bottom right. Can he avoid cannoning the 7 ball now? It's not a complete natural path, this. So he's got to come with something. Yeah, that's why I drew the cue ball. Needs this to stop. Oh, it's plumb. It's absolutely plumb. Now he can draw the cue ball down towards the left. Everything is just turning out nice there because he's overdrawn the cue ball. Could have snuck in behind the 8, but it bumped the 8.
He's got the Midas touch, and tomorrow he could strike World Championship gold. Premature celebration because he doesn't miss these. In goes the 9.
Sanchez Ruiz.
In the last 12 racks, Francisco Sanchez Ruiz was victorious in 11. That was the definition of impressive. What a performance, what a way to reach the semi-finals of the World 9-Ball Championship. He defeats, nay, he drubs Chang Junglin 11-4. It means we will have a Europe versus Asia final.